Hi, this is Matt at the Turning Gate, and Backlight 3.1 is right around the corner. We're just putting the finishing touches on it and getting things ready for release. In this video, I want to show you some of the things that you can expect in Backlight 3.1. This is a major release within the Backlight 3 cycle, and it's one that we are really excited about. We have been putting a lot of focus into working on Backlight's publisher that we first introduced in Backlight 2. And this round of updates is going to be the biggest change we've made to the publisher since that introduction. It's really going to make a fantastic impact on the way that you work with Backlight, and I think improve the number of things that you can do with your website. So to appreciate the difference, I do first want to show you the 3.0 publisher. So on screen right now, I've got my website on the left, which is a work in progress, and I've got Backlight 3.1 in this tab and 3.0 in this tab. And as you can see, these two screens are pretty much the same. The difference is when I dive into the set. So in Backlight 3, when I open the top level galleries set, I have a list of my albums, and that's fine. I can add an album, I can add a new album set, and then I can click on the names to dive in and do other things. But in Backlight 3.1, this has changed completely. Now, when I dive into galleries, I get this visual dashboard of sorts for the publisher and for working with my sets and my albums. And this is a customizable workspace, which is really cool. So for example, right now, I don't need to see these details on the left-hand side. They're just taking up space. So I'm going to click this and hide them away. Now I have more real estate for working with my grid, my album sets, my albums. And each of those previously was just text in a list. These are now represented by their thumbnails. And this actually, I mean, it's a visual redesign, but it also unlocks a lot of new capabilities for us. So I want to reorder these items. And you can see on the left-hand side of my website, I have 4 items to a grid. Here in Publisher, it's 3 columns to a grid, or to a row, rather. 3 columns per row. And that, just makes it a little bit weird to work with. So what I can actually do is I can use these magnifying buttons to reduce or increase the size of my thumbnails, and consequently, the number of columns that I have to work with. So I'm going to dive into the travel and street set because that's what I'm looking at on the left-hand side. And as you can see, even though I've navigated to a new page, it has kept my setting to have this hidden. It has kept the size of my thumbnails intact. And now it's a one-to-one representation here in Publisher of what's on my website, which makes it really easy to visualize the changes I'm going to make. It reduces the cognitive load. So if I want my United States gallery, which is the last one here, to be the second item in the set, all I have to do is drag and drop it where I want it, and then save my changes. Now, when I visit this page on my website, and I'll just refresh that, you can see this item is second in the album, or in the set. So the big feature here is custom ordering of albums and album sets within the sets. This is something that wasn't really possible in previous versions of Backlight. Previously, you could only say, like, I want these to be in alphabetical order by the name of the slug or publish date. So just the capability to customize the sequence in which items appear, huge improvement. I think really impactful for how you want to present your work. I'm going to dive in a level deeper and go into one of my albums. We've given you the ability to set the thumbnail previously via a drop-down list of file names, which was not great to work with. In fact, I can even show that to you here if I go into, I don't know, any one of these, Backlight albums, justified grid, and then we would edit the album, and you could select the cover image. And this works, but admittedly not great. In Backlight 3.1, you just look at your album and you say, I want this one to be my cover image. So I'm now in a redesigned slideshow which is really nice for navigating the large images in the album. But also, if I open up this image menu, now I have these new controls where I can set cover image for or set hero image for, and then I can select the album that I want. So this one is for curated selections. I'm going to set the cover image for curated selections. And now when I refresh the page, there it is, that first thumbnail in the grid. So that is really cool. If I get out of here and go back to Travel and Street, where I can see that, you can see it's also changed here in Publisher. But if I open up the details, oh, this is the one I want. You can see it's also shown me here in my settings. I've got the cover image. I've also got the hero image, which I don't actually want right now. Let me remove that. So, let's talk about hero images, actually, now that we're here. If I dive into this, you can see that I've got a hero image here at the top. And right now, it's just being selected randomly. If you recall, hero images were introduced in Backlight 3. And at that time, the hero image was always the same as your cover image. So we can already see that is not the case here, because the cover image is this blue picture of Hong Kong, and here you're seeing a randomized image being shown. I can also set this in the exact same way. So if I want this to be my hero image, I just come in here and I set the hero image for curated selections. And now when I refresh, there it is. If I decide that I don't want it, I just remove it here. I actually do want it. You can also see in this list, it has the ancestors. And so from the album, you can set the cover image and the hero image for your album sets that are ancestors to this album. That's right, you can set hero images for the album sets. Hero images in the previous release were restricted to albums exclusively, but in Backlight 3.1, hero images can be designed into your templates for album sets, for both nested album sets as well as for the top level sets, which again, I just think is awesome. Now there's one more thing I want to show you, and for that, let me go into another one of these sets. I don't know, we'll just go into miscellany. How's that? This is an album, it only has one item in it. So I'm gonna add a photo, and it's gonna be this photo right here. I want you to pay close attention to the bottom right-hand corner where you can see there's nothing. It's just dark, it's the ground. So I'm gonna drag this into the publisher to upload file, back, and as you would expect, it's in the album. When I open it to look at it, oh, what's this? It watermarked the image. It watermarked the image in Backlight. Backlight 3.1 supports image watermarking. And I'm not going to show you how in this video, but I promise we will get into it very, very soon. So that is your first peek at some of the new features coming in Backlight 3.1. I'm really excited. I hope you're really excited. Man, I can't wait to see all the really cool things that you guys do with your websites once you get this in your hands. I'm pretty sure that sites I've been to before are going to change because you've got all this new stuff that you can do. So I'll be looking forward to that. You be looking forward to this, all of this that I've just shown you, and we'll be in touch very soon with the release of Backlight 3.1. Thank you for watching, and I hope you're all having wonderful days.